I believe we did a superb job on the timing of this asset. We ended up stealing this asset for 7.54 million. Of that amount, the bank loaned us a big chunk. Our contribution from the investors was 4.2. Of that 4.2, about 600 grand of that was actually funds that we raised as a reserve because we knew we were going to spend money on the back building. And we've since sold the asset now for 10.8. We saw an opportunity here to get in and reinvigorate redundant space effectively and bring about a whole new image that no one had seen before. Primary number one for us was we had effectively 1,200 square meters vacant. So immediately we thought, how are we going to flip this 1,200 square meters and reinvigorate it so it looks new, it appears new, it's fresh, it's exciting for a new tenant. The first thing you want to do is you've got to increase exposure, signage, and you've really got to make it pop to the road. Retail tenants, they want accessibility, they want great location, good parking, exposure. So how are we going to do that? So it meant that we took the facade as high as we could, and we backed that on with a new pylon sign, which was really meek and meager. So we thought, if we're going to go the yard on this, let's go the whole yard. Let's really spend every cent we have to and do those works before we even approach the tenant market. We needed to do a very big signage facade upgrade on the back building to bring it to the front. And that cost us about 180 grand. And then the other works, very standard for the industry, but we knew we had to spend them. Air conditioning being reverse cycle is about 220 grand there. You know, some new flooring for the tenant and some inter-tenancy walls. So realistically, our cost in activating the space, we're looking at about 200 grand. The rest of it was giving the tenant the comfort they want to really take that long tenure. So rather than take a broad brush approach and scatter to the market, we identified 5 or 6 tenants that we knew this would suit, and we basically put this deal in front of them and said, guys, we're willing to work here, we're willing to make this work for you, would you like it? Second guy that walked in loved it. If we had held this asset, it's still going to provide a really robust return to our investors. So we took their return from 7.5% well into the 11s, and overall, over that 16 months, we're able to deliver to them a complete, all in all, 40% return. It ended up that the offer we got on the potential sale of this asset was one we couldn't turn down.